Hey guys, welcome back to the new episode of the Titan Quest Immortal Throne Deathrun. This episode is going to be a little bit longer than normal because the last one had issues. The recording software had some issues, so I got it all fixed out. I have to put in my serial key again for some reason. Now we should be all good to go. No more watermark and no 10-minute video. So now we should be good to go. I don't know, Bandicam has always given me that problem of, like, I don't know, every so often, it's just, oh, you need to purchase. It's like, no, I don't. I can prove it. I don't have to. And then it's like, oh, wait, that's right. And then it's, oh, go ahead, have a good time. I'm thinking of just getting a different program if it's going to be really dumb like this. I don't want to support the company if it's going to be constant issues. But whatever, we'll see. If it continues to do that, I might just people have recommended OBS. I might just use that instead. We'll see. I thought it was a streaming thing, but apparently it can also be used for recording. So we'll see. Because I only need something that can record the video, because I record the audio in a separate program. So we'll see. If it can just record video, that's good. If it can record both, and it's not out of sync, then I might just use that. But the reason I use Bandicam and Audacity, because if I use just Bandicam, then we get frame stuttering, we get the video going back and forth to previous sections and future sections, and the audio is out of sync for about half the video. So yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So I use two separate programs to record, and of course when you start, then you have to line up your video and audio. So I'm not talking about beating a boss and you're like, wait, what boss? That's just a Minotaur. And then you're like, oh, spoilers, by the way, I'm gonna kill a boss. So it's not super hard. You just have to what I would do is just notice the time that you start like the difference, because with Audacity I have to start recording my audio and then open the game. And then start recording the game with Bandicam, because I used target window capture, not the I don't use screen capture. If I was playing a game in a window, I would probably use screen capture. It's just easier, because you can set it to be the exact size of the game, and then if you want to show anything else, you can just easily switch out. Oh, what was that? Oh, that'd be good if I make a hunting character. You know what? We're gonna, because I don't want to lose this item if I die, so I'm gonna go put it in my storage area so it's safe. Whew, we're getting there though. We are really getting there. I really hope that I can do this and beat the game without dying once. That'll be a big step. Big step. Because the least amount of deaths that I've completed the game in so far,
hurry!
If I remember correctly, it's 5.
Thanks.
I died 5 times trying to beat the game. Well, on one character.
Where is that lazy boy? Oh, hello!
Who you calling lazy? Don't call me lazy. I'm killing all your monsters. Just pretend to be like super insulted by the guy.
I like, need another camel.
It's like, I'm not lazy. What do you think? I'm killing all the monsters. How you go kill your own monsters? And just like storm off. That's why I can't wait for what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's like NPCs that can respond to something you say rather than a predetermined set of like numbers or responses that they have. So like you would say something to an NPC and then they would respond like based on what you said, kind of. Like, of course it wouldn't be perfect, but I'm assuming that's gonna come around in about the same time as like the VR, like full body virtual reality stuff. Although that is gaining huge popularity and accelerating recently with how fast that stuff is coming along. I'm getting like really excited for it. I can't wait for a game where all you need to play is like a helmet, and then like they had like a I can't remember what company it was, but they had the guy was wearing a helmet, and then he was standing on like a slippery I think it was like metal, some like it was like sheet metal, but it was like curved. It was like flat in the middle, and it like curved up. So when you took a step, your foot would slide down back to the middle, and it would keep track of where you're moving. And of course, there's a belt on. There's like it's built up, and then it hooks. It's like strapped around your waist, and then it's so you can't really fall over. The only way you could fall over is if you tip the entire thing over, but I'm assuming those things would be bolted to the floor. Or at least, if they're not bolted to the floor, they would be heavily weighed down so that you don't accidentally tip it. Because not everyone weighs 150 pounds or less. There are bigger people out there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that when you're making these things, you have to keep in mind that not everyone is the same. You can't make a standard unit and just expect that to work for everyone. What I'm really looking forward to is that when you have if you could have a virtual reality kind of like that, but then it would be kind of like I guess I'll use Terra as an example because I've been playing that a little bit recently. It has like real-time combat in an MMO. So that's what I'm really pumped up for. Games like that. Games that would have like real-time combat. And then it would be... of course these things would work best locally because like zero lag, but for the most part, I mean I don't have super high lag when I play games. But I mean, it's like imagine like having to fight someone based on your own skills in the game rather than pressing a bunch of buttons or left-clicking a bunch of enemies like this, as it were. Even dungeon crawlers like this, I find, would be so much more exciting. I think that having a virtual reality game would get you more invested into the game because you physically have to do it.
There's something out. It is rumored that.
Oh, that gives me extra stuff. Yeah, let's do that sometime. But yeah, that's why I'm super pumped for the coming about of virtual reality. I'm hoping it'll come out within, I don't know, the next 5-10 years. I doubt it though. From what it seems to be, they're not. Everything just seems to be staying in alpha/beta stages, and they're not really moving it forward, which kind of sucks. I mean, they have working things right now. I assume, though, they have to work on getting it to... I guess they have to appeal to the masses. You can't make something like that and make it appeal only to, like, a very niche crowd, because then you're not going to make a profit off of it. Very few things actually work like that well. Like, I know that's how a lot of anime in Japan works. It's catered to a very specific crowd that gets very dedicated to... They design the anime so it gets a very dedicated fan base, ones who will be willing to put money into it and support the show that they like. Whereas other anime is more generalized and is hoping to appeal to a wider audience, but at the same time they realize that they're probably not going to be super dedicated fans, because they're still going to have some, but they're not going to have like a huge dedicated fan base. most of the time you just have smaller dedicated fan bases. Like, if you've ever looked online for like, what's it called? Revolt. It's, that's what it is. It's a racing game developed by Acclaim Entertainment in 1999 for the PC and I think the PS1, possibly the N64. Oh, whoops. Whoops. And there are still people playing it and supporting it today. That's a 17-year-old game. Mind you, the game had online capabilities 17 years ago, and people are still playing it online today. I recommend you don't try playing against them, because some of those people are insane. They know exactly how the game works, and you can never beat them.
Have you seen that good-for-nothing servant?
Not that I tried. I'm good at video games.
I'll need another camel.
But I mean, that just goes to show you the quality of the game.
Okay, but hurry.
I'm not sure if I did a Fun Friday on it, or a Random Thursday. Whatever I called it, I don't remember. I think it's Random Thursday. I don't remember. It's been so long since I filmed
come
all
look
that
at
stuff.
my wares.
Because that stuff I would film in
is
advance.
that all?
Usually, these videos,
Come, have a look.
the Titan Quest videos, I usually won't film in advance too far. Like, I'll film maybe 1 or 2 episodes in advance. That's
welcome,
it.
please.
It won't.
Farewell.
Oh, dang it, I did it again. It won't be a lot of episodes in advance. Because then
Yes?
I can.
Always
Although,
welcome.
as I grow a bigger fan base, I'm gonna have to start doing that. Have to start recording more and more ahead to avoid spoilers for the game I'm playing if I don't know the game. Or I might not either. I might not even go ahead, depending. If my fan base turns into a bunch of spoiler-happy kids, then I will definitely have to play ahead so I don't get spoilers. But I hope it doesn't come to that point. I hope it gets to the point where I can record a game as I go along, so I can record like 1 episode a day and then interact with my fans and not have to worry about, oh, should I go into the comments today because I don't want to get spoilers for this game I'm playing. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to interact with my fans and like be like, oh, they'll be like, oh, that this part, like 2 seconds ago before the end of the, or like 2 minutes before the end of the video, there's a secret thing here that you can do. I'm like, oh, okay, so next episode I go back and do that secret thing. And like, oh, well, so-and-so told me about this secret thing I can do, and then I can just show everyone. I hope to get to the point where I can do things like that. But I mean, that's going to be far down the line. I mean, I have a long way to go before that happens. Alright, so we got 2 extra skill points from doing that quest. Let's put a point into battle standard and a point into dodge attack. There. So now we can now we have a 6% chance to dodge attacks, which is nice. But yeah, I hope that eventually even a fan base of like a few thousand is pretty cool. Having a few thousand people be happy enough and enjoy your content enough to be able to want to see it every day. That would be amazing. Like I find like one of my favorite things to do is to entertain people. It's such a good feeling you get from it. Oh, hey, that's a rare thing. I like it when I upload a video and then I leave the computer for I leave for, I don't know, a few hours. I come back and then there's a few comments saying stuff. It feels really cool. It's like knowing that you entertained someone for even like 15-20 minutes. It still feels really good. It's like I helped make this person's day better by just playing a game and just and just by making them laugh. I really like the idea of that. And I can't wait until I get a larger fan base, so I can entertain more and more people. I mean, sure, you're gonna get the people that are like, oh, your videos are terrible, and you're always gonna get haters, and people are like, I like the old you, things like that. But I want to be able to entertain the biggest amount of people with, like, no, that's not right. How do I word this? I want to be able to entertain the biggest amount of people without, like, changing who I am. So I'm not just gonna all of a sudden go, oh, I don't know, let's play a scary game, and they go, the whole video. Like, that's not me. I will probably hardly ever play scary games, because I prefer psychological horror in a game. Like, man, I'm really showing how old I am this episode. Clock Tower. That game was amazing. That really plays with your mind. I mean, oh man, I remember the first time I played that. Oh, that game was amazing. I think it was Japanese only. No, it was Japanese only for a while, and then it got moved over to America. So if you want to look it up, it's, oh hey, a blue weapon. It'll be called Clock Tower: The First Fear. I believe that's what it is. If you look up Clock Tower, you're probably going to find the sequel, which I think in the US and, well, in the Western, like west of Japan, I think what happened is they made the second game, but since we didn't get a first Clock Tower, they just relabeled it to. They just relabeled Clock Tower 2 as Clock Tower, and then eventually changed it to Clock Tower: The First Fear. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, some of my friends have been telling me to play Amnesia, but I don't know. Is that psychological horror? Because from what I can see, it's just kind of jump scares. I haven't watched too much of it because I don't want to spoil it. But if it's just jump scares, then I don't want to play it. If it's psychological horror, like something that messes with your mind, like an example from Clock Tower is, throughout the game you can hear a telephone ringing, and then when you actually find said telephone, you realize the line's been cut. Like, things like that is just, oh. And throughout different playthroughs, different, like, you're in a mansion, and throughout different playthroughs, different rooms will move around in the mansion, so you can't sleepwalk through the game. That's a quote from Clan of the Grey Wolf, 16-bit gems right there. I really like that review on it. That's actually what 16-bit gems was the place I first saw Clock Tower. Actually, no, now that I think about it, it's not. It's the second place I saw Clock Tower. Uh-oh. The first place I saw Clock Tower was in a Creepy Bad Endings video by Who Is This Kid? He's, I really enjoy his stuff, too. He's pretty cool. Although I wish he would use his voice in videos more often. It's nice. I like his voice. I don't know, there's just like, do you ever get that? There's like certain voices you just enjoy. Like, someone will start talking and you're just, oh yes, I could listen to your voice all day. Or is that me? Is that weird? I hope that's not weird. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about things like that.
What brings a foreigner such as you to this place along
Anyway, I
the
think
Nile?
I rambled on long enough. I'm
going
going to end this episode here because we're approaching... we're approaching 20 minutes pretty soon. So I'm going to sell this stuff, check if this is any good. No. What about this one? Oh, +2 to Onslaught. Hey, that's an ability I have. Where is that? Where's Onslaught? Oh, this one. Yeah, let's use that.
Please.
Wait, which one's more DPS? That one is. I want to put points in strength.
Come again.
And then... Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a lot lower damage. But +2 to Onslaught, is that worth it? And 54 offensive ability? Oh, I don't know if I want to sacrifice that DPS. Because that's a lot of damage. That's 50, 60 damage a second. Nope. I'm not willing to sacrifice that.
Yes?
I will sell that weapon. Let's get it out of here. And then let's
Come
do the
again.
skills. I want to put 3 points. Let's put 1 point into Hue for bonus damage. I'm going to put 1 point into Ignore Pain, and 1 more point into Dodge Attack. Sounds good to me. And then we'll end off the episode with this.